Hello, I find that these videos are very helpful, especially when you are first learning how to put these nail strips on. It can be a little challenging in the very beginning, but once you get it down, it's very easy. So this is a beginner's tutorial on how to put on the Color Street nail strips. I hope you enjoyed the video. I show lots of tips and tricks in here, and this is like from the beginning of putting on the nail strip and at the end when you file off the excess. So good luck in your adventure with Color Street, and I hope you enjoy this video. All right, hello. I just wanted to show you how I put on these nail strips by Color Street. So you'll get a package that looks like this, and you'll open it up. And inside you will get a nail prep pad that helps, just like an alcohol pad that helps to really take off the oils and the lotion. So you want to make sure you don't put any oil or lotion on before you put on your nail strips. And then it comes with a file. And then you get 16 strips. So this helps to make sure that you get a good fit for your fingernails. And so what I like to do, I like to just open it up at the very top, because if you have any leftovers, you can just put them back into this pack and reseal it. Now these are only meant for one-time use, but sometimes you will have leftovers, and resealing them can help to use them again. But just disclaimer, they might not go on as good, or they might dry out. But here's the strips here. So what you want to do when you first get started is you just want to make sure that you have already filed your nails to where you want them. So the shape that you want, the length that you want. And then you also want to make sure you take some kind of cuticle pusher. This is my favorite one that I have gotten off of Amazon, and it pushes back really nicely. I just put a little cuticle oil, or you can just soak in water and then just push back your cuticles. If you do put oil on though, make sure you wash your hands very, very good. Like you want them pretty much dried out feeling. You don't want any kind of oil left on. But I did this right before my shower, so my hands are not oily at all. Okay, so the first step I do is you want to figure out what size strip for your nails. Now, if you notice, this is the smallest strip we have, and it almost barely fits my pinky, so I don't use this one. The next one fits really good on my ring finger, but this side is a little bit more tapered. So this one actually fits on my pinky. So I take that off. I use both of these here for my pinky and for my ring finger. Now notice I don't have the longest of nails, so I can get away with using one strip for 2 nails. If you're not, then you may want to go up to the next one for your ring finger. So that would be the third one, because remember we have these smaller ones here. So let's start here. Like I said, I'm going to take this one and this one, and we're going to do these two first. Now, I always start with my pinkies first, and I save my thumbs for last. And the reason why that is because you can use your thumbs as a tool as well. So here's a nail prep pad. We want to definitely go ahead and scrub really good. So I scrub every single nail. Okay, like that. And then I just take it and I rub the back of my hands too. All right, once you're done with that, you're going to take off this first layer here. You can just toss that aside, that will be trash. Then what I like to do something called the anchor technique. And you can do it 2 ways. You can either do it horizontal or you can do it vertical. I'll show you both. So this will be horizontal first. All right, and so what you're gonna wanna do is make sure that you put that right above the cuticle. You do not wanna put it on top of the cuticle because it will peel up and it will not adhere to the nail. And then these tricks definitely give you a long-lasting manicure because I like mine to last for at least 7 to 10 days. That's okay, that little thing is perforated there, so it doesn't matter if it tears. So now what I do is I just cut the back of that as I just showed you there. And you have leave some leftover because you want to make sure that you can do the whole tip there. So you're just going to rub on the side, rub on the side, rub in the middle, then rub back and forth. So what that does is, I'm just trying to stabilize my hand for you. What that does is it creates body heat. And the more you warm this up, the more it sticks to your nail. That means the less peeling, the less chipping it will have. So once you get it real good and warmed up, you're gonna wanna take, I'm gonna try to show you here, you're gonna wanna try to take it to the side and then to the middle and go down. And as you see, I have a pretty good extra right there. So now what I wanna do is, my thumbnail just recently broke because I don't have a big one. A long nail, I should say. So I just lightly, y'all, not hard, just tuck it under that nail. And if you want to, you can bring like your cuticle stick or your orange stick and just kind of help put it underneath that nail. So do not, whatever you do not take that off, leave it. So now we're gonna go into our next nail by using that other strip. And we're gonna put this on where we have that square edge back on the anchor. Actually, I wanna show you how I do this with this anchor technique. So the same thing, you wanna apply it right above that cuticle. Make sure you like it. Now we're gonna take this off. Not hard to take off. Okay, turn back over. And if you start getting a little air bubble, just peel it back again. You can peel back until you start rubbing really vigorously, because then it's pretty much adhering to your nail. So just make sure everything looks really good before you want to get started, and then do like I said, you're going to go on the side, rub back and forth, up and down, so that just really warms everything up. Now, to get that tip, again, you want to, I'm trying to get this in a good camera here, but you want to take it side, side, middle. So you're going side, side, and then middle, okay? And then again, you have that extra there. What you want to do is lightly, like I have a little bit of overhang, a little bit of edge showing, which that's okay, it's not a big deal. You just want to take it and push underneath lightly, just like that. Okay, so leave that extra, and we're gonna move on to the next one, okay? Finding our next one, I'm just gonna go ahead and show you, go to the middle finger here. I don't wanna show you the other side yet, but what I typically would do is do these two nails, do these two nails, and then I would go to my middle finger. My middle finger, I personally use the biggest one by the thumb here, and if you have more than one wide fingernail, then you may want to use this for both your middle finger and your pointer finger. And like I said, if you have shorter nails like me, you can get away with that. So let me show you here. Take off that clear. We're gonna do that anchor technique again. I think I prefer the one that goes like this. And then we're going to, just kind of gives you something to hold on to, and go right above that cuticle. Make sure all your edges are good. I was just a little bit over to the right a little bit. Ah, much better. Okay. Then we're going to flip over and we're going to cut right above that tip. Leave that to the side. And again, just gonna show you the same technique. We're gonna rub, 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 side, side, up, back and forth, till we feel it just heating up. Then we're gonna go side, side, middle. It's gonna have extra. We're gonna lightly tuck, tuck, tuck it up underneath there, just like that. Okay, go back and kind of do that one too. Just kind of helps get it all underneath there to set. All right, and leave it. Do not take it off. And if you notice some extra, you just kind of want to tuck that too on the side, or you can perforate it away and it'll just tear right off. So that was, if you have some extra, that's all you have to do. It'll just tear right off. You can perforate this pretty easily with an orange cuticle stick or your thumb. Okay, if you don't know what an orange stick is, I know I keep bringing that up and keep showing you my other cuticle stick, but this is an orange stick. They come in very different sizes. This is a mini one. I love this one too. It does awesome at just getting in there and perforating on the sides as well. I like to use this little slanted flat edge and I just kind of go against the nail like this. And if you want to use this instead of your thumb, it works really well. So we're gonna do the pointer finger now. Here, I just kind of want to show where we're at right now. So I use this one here for my middle finger, and I like to use this one right here. It's kind of by this different one that's a little bit wider, for, I think this one right here. Let me see, my pointer finger. Really, either one of these would be good for my pointer finger. I might actually go for the little bit smaller one because that one might be a tad big, but you know, not too bad. But we'll just go for this little bit smaller one and see how it does. So again, take off that clear. I like to use that, and I'm going to show you that horizontal technique just one more time because I want you to get a good feel for ways that you can do this. And again, you just want to go right above that cuticle. Make sure all sides are covered to your liking. Once you like it, take your scissors and just cut and leave enough that you can give a little room, okay? Take this one, just lay it to the side. You're gonna do your normal. I think you understand now. You just go back and forth. And then once you feel that heat kind of going on your nail, you know, that's when you want to start wrapping that tip. So I have a little bit of extra there, just gonna kind of tuck that under with my fingernail, go to the side, go to the side, down to the middle, okay? And then you're gonna have that extra and you just wanna lightly tuck, either with your thumbnail or you can take that cuticle stick. I'll take the orange one this time so you see what it looks like. I just take that slanted side and I just really tuck up underneath that nail. So what we're basically doing is, it takes about 15 minutes for these nails to fully set because they're 95% dried. They're not all the way dry. So when they do dry, they're gonna have a little bit of shrinkage. They're gonna kind of pull back a little bit when they set. So this will help with that pullback. If you leave it a little bit, you can even leave it for 15 minutes before you file away. And then file it all the way, and then that shrinkage won't be as much. It'll help with that tip wear. Okay, so we're getting really close to the finish line here, and you notice I still haven't done my thumbs. Now there's a reason for that. I still like to use them as tools if I need them, and I don't want to mess up my thumbnails trying to get that extra off. So what I do is I just take this file, and we are going to start at the finger that we did first, which should always be your pinkies. Now I did my pinky and ring finger to show you first how I did things. But all you want to do, and see I'm just going to kind of tuck there because I have a little extra, is you want to take this file and you want to go downward motion, okay? So downward motion with this file, not up, because what will happen if you go up, it's going to peel this back. So down, down, down. And you kind of just want to keep doing that until you feel like it has perforated that tip of the nail where the extra is really well. And then what I like to do is I like to take my orange stick again and just kind of pull back a little bit, pull in a downward motion, and it will show you if you perforated well or not. If you still have a little bit hanging on, just take it and file down again, okay? I think that got it pretty good. Yeah, and it just comes away just like that. All right, and so I'm gonna show you one more here, but you kind of get the gist of how to do this. Just file down, and you can kind of go, you don't have to go like 1, 2, 3. You can just kind of go back and forth, downward, 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 until you feel like you've got it good and perforated. You can kind of see it too when it's perforated. It's just like a satisfying feeling when this comes off too. It's like, oh, it looks so pretty. And then if you got a little bit left underneath, I would just leave it. It'll fall off on its own if it doesn't want to come off, but kind of get the gist of it. So that is how I put on my set and then file them away. So I'm going to continue to do the rest, and I'm going to come back on and then show you how to do the thumbnails. Okay, so now that I have filed away all of the extra, that is what it looks like so far. And now we just have the thumbs to do. So with the thumbs, now I'm going to be honest with you, I don't always get away with using one strip on the thumb. Sometimes I have to use both, and either one works for my thumb personally. This one I do have to like trim down on one side a little bit, but it still works really well. But for this video, I'm just going to show you, I'm going to use this one here. Now I'm going to try to get away with using on both thumbs. This one just recently broke on me, so I might get away with it, but I'm not 100%. All right, so the same things you're going to do is do that anchor technique. All right. And then you're going to go right above that cuticle. Make sure you like it. Make sure it's going to fit on both ends. A little bit to the left, so we're going to move it to the right. That looks much better. All right, ooh, got a little bubble. It's okay, just gonna pull it tight. All right, so what I'm gonna do is do the same exact thing. Now, sometimes if your thumbnail is a little bit longer, you can kind of do it to a curve. And if you have smaller ones, that would be easier. Now, I don't really have the smallest scissors. So today, I'm just gonna cut it straight across, because my other thumbnail is much shorter today. All right, got a little bit of air bubbles, just gonna push those out immediately. Side, side, and then we're gonna go down down on the side and then in the middle, okay? And then kind of rub back and forth. Now, if you can tell, I have a little bit extra right here, because remember I told you my nails kind of taper up. So I just take that slanted side and I perforate it with just the little bittest of pressure, okay? So once you get that down, you're gonna have that extra. And like I said, you're gonna leave that extra. All right, now we're going to see if this is gonna fit the other side of my thumb. And I might luck out today because my nail just broke, but that's okay. I'll take it for a win. But if it doesn't fit, don't worry, y'all, you still have the big one left and the big one of the other one. So you're gonna be able to get another manicure out of it. All right, so right above that cuticle, you wanna make sure that it's gonna fit the sides. It does. Let's see, it's gonna fit the top of my nail. So I had plenty left over on that one. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It just depends on what day you're having with your nails. So like I said, you just do the same thing on the side, in the middle, rub back and forth, activate that heat, and then side, and then middle. Okay, I don't have much of a nail, so it's probably not gonna tuck very well. Do not, whatever you do not use your thumb to tuck that though. I have a little extra on this side, so I showed you what I did. Just take that slant towards my nail, okay? And then I'm gonna kind of probably just leave that there and then just file that away. So now I'm gonna show you, there's two ways that you can take it off. You can either take it off with your file again, especially if you have a longer nail, or your orange stick. Because this is a longer nail, I'm just going to go ahead and file. Okay, and then let's see if that, I think that perforated it enough. Push down. It is just so satisfying when this comes off. It's like, I don't know, it just makes me so excited. All right, now we're gonna do the same thing over here. I had that little bit of extra piece here, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. And I'm gonna show you how to do this with the orange stick. So you just push toward the nail, push toward. There's a little bit of a bump right there. Push toward the nail. So you're kind of just going up underneath that nail, making sure you get that it sets underneath. Okay. Now we're going to pull this away. Here we go. And again, it's just super satisfying. All right, and then I have a little bit of extra right there again. So take that slant right against that nail and just perforate down along that nail. And it'll come right off. Next bit. But there's the thumbs.